Hello class, today we're doing 5GO 1.9, okay? Let's take a look at the first one, the example that they gave. Danny is making punch for the family picnic. She adds 16 fluid ounces of orange juice, okay? 16 fluid ounces of lemon juice, 8 fluid ounces of lime juice, and 64 fluid ounces of water. How many 8 ounces of punch can she fill? Well, what happens is she added all of the ounces to get a total. Once she got a total, she wanted to know how many 8 ounces. So here's our total divided by 8. And what they did was they identified two multiples of 8, okay, that equal 104. So therefore, once they discovered that 40 plus 64 equals 104, that's the same as still 104 divided by 8. So at this point, they identified 40 and they divided 40 by 8, and then they divided 64 by 8 to discover that 40 by 8 is 5, 64 divided by 8 is 8, and therefore you have 13. And that's how we know that there are 13 glasses of 8 ounces in 104. Well, when you look back at the previous lesson, you discover, like here, that this is 70. They identified that 70 divided by 5 is 14. Okay? They discovered that because they realized that 5 times 10 is 50. 5 times 4 is 20. 50 plus 4 gives you 70. Therefore, 5 times the 14, the total of 10 plus the 4, lets you know that 70 divided by 5 is 14. Okay? So what ends up happening is there are two different approaches that our textbook takes. They take their approach of identifying the number, 5 times what number, okay, with the total amount that when added together gives you 70, okay? All right, so I wanted to point that out because I did not want you to think that there's something totally different than what we've been learning, okay, than from the textbook. All right, it's just written differently. However, the two lessons are basically the same. So let's take a look. Here we have 9 14-ounce bags of popcorn to repackage and sell at the school fair. So ultimately, that is 9 bags of popcorn times 14. So we have 14 times 9. That gives us 36. And 9 plus 3 is 126. So that's 126 total ounces. Well, they want to know how many 3-ounce bags are in 126. So 126 divided by 3 is going to equal 2. And we must identify the two numbers that added together gives us a total of 126. Okay? So therefore, when we look at it, we must think of the multiples of 3 that added together will give us a total of 126. So to expedite matters, I've worked it out already that 60 plus 66, that gives us a total of 126 divided by 3, okay, following the same model that they have above. So if that is the case, then we need to find out if 60 divided by 3, or we can ask ourselves 3 times what is 60, okay, plus 66 divided by 3, or we can switch that around and say 3 times what is 66. Okay, in this case, 3 times 20, okay? In this case, 3 times 22, all right? Or 60 divided by 3 is 20. 66 divided by 3 is 22. Okay? Either way, we know that that number is 20. That number plus 22, that gives us a total of 42, which is our answer. Okay? 126 divided by 3 is 42. Okay? Let's look at number 4. And number 4, Jasmine has 8 packs of candle wax to make scented candles. Okay? Each pack contains 14 ounces. So here we have 14 times 8. When we multiply that, we discover that that is 112. And we're going to divide that. As we read, Jasmine uses 7 ounces of wax to make 1 candle. We're going to divide it by 7. Okay? So now, here we must choose 2 numbers added together that are multiples of 7 that equal 112. Okay? So when we go through our multiples, we discover that 70 plus 42 equal 112, and we're going to divide that by 7. Okay? So what we did was we broke this up, all right, so that we ask ourselves 70 divided by 7, that's a number we can identify with, plus 42 divided by 7. That's we distributed it. We take this number divided by 7, this number divided by 7, and we put the two answers together. In a previous lesson, it went this way. 7 times what would give us 70, plus 7 times what would give us 42. Either approach will work. So we identify 7 times 10 gives us 70, 7 times 6 gives us 42. Or 70 divided by 7 is 10, 42 divided by 7 is 6. All right, either way, we add the two together and we discover 16 is the answer to this original problem of 112 divided by 7. See you in the morning.